Hi, I'm Pete, and welcome to Just a Few Acres Farm. Today I'm installing the rear tires on my Farmall Super C tractor, and they're going to go on like butter. Nope. These are the tires I got. They're Titan 11.2 by 36, and they have that more traditional 45-degree lug pattern on them, which I like for old tractors. I like to install rear tractor tires with the rims on the tractor because it gives me a nice stable surface to mount on. And for lubricant, I'm using this Murphy's tire lube stuff. It's important to have good lubricant. There we go. Makes things easier. And I'm just going to lubricate the bead that's going on first here. And then I'm going to lubricate this side of the rim here on the tire. Of course, you can't use oil or grease when you mount a tire because it softens the rubber in the tube and the tire, so this is a vegetable-based lubricant. Well, we're going to have to jack it up a little bit. Can't damage the new paint, you know. Now, the first bead to go on is not too bad as far as getting it to slide in. Easy enough. Before I put the tube on and put the tire the rest of the way on, I'm going to lube up the other bead, and you want to lube up this step all the way down through here so that the tire can slide up and seat where it's supposed to. So we'll put this goo all the way around. Next, you want to make sure you've got a smooth surface all the way around inside the tire, and these are brand new tires. I'm not so worried about them. There was a little bit of rubber leftover molding material in them that I pulled out. This stuff. And here's a step that I don't usually do, but I figured, what the hey? This is baby powder, and it'll help keep the tube from sticking when it seats so that you don't get wrinkles in the tube. Yeah, tire goo. So you sprinkle that around in the tire, and it'll spread itself, it'll work around. We'll put some on here too, why not? It smells nice. And then it's time to put the tube in. Different from car or smaller tires, this valve stem is different. It's actually a two-piece valve stem. I forget the industry, they call it a number. But it's got a collar on it, and these are nice tubes. They got brass collars on them instead of the cheapy plastic ones. Take that collar off because you need to take it off to get the stem through the hole in the rim. And then of course the tube has a side, so this is the side that faces out because the valve stem on your tire, the hole for it is right here facing this way. I usually start at the valve stem because that way I know I'm close to the right alignment, and you just kind of tuck it in here. Unfortunately, these days tubes aren't used as much, so this tube is actually made for a 34 or a 36 inch diameter tire, so it might be a little tight going in. Here's my valve stem hole. Reach in here and find the valve stem. Bring it through. Put the collar on it. And now I'm going to lube up this bead here. I didn't lube it up before just because I didn't want to get it all over my arms when I was putting the tube in. I like to be a neat mechanic. Stay clean, right? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. When I go back inside, Hillary will think I didn't do anything if I'm not all dirty. Then she'll make me go back out and work some more. Now we can go ahead and start putting this on, and you want to make sure you don't pinch the tube when you're putting it on. So I feel for the tube in there and push it back with my hand if needed. Getting it started is the easy part. And then you'll hit a spot where you've got one part seated in the drop center of the rim, and then you've got some friction on the outsides because it's reached the diameter. The tire lube helps you push it on for a bigger part of the diameter. but eventually you're going to kind of hit the end of that. And that's when you got to start working the tire onto the rim. And what I do is I take a pair of vice grips and I hold one side of it on with the vice grips. Make sure the tube's out of the way. You're not going to be very happy if you put a new tire on and it leaks. I know, I've been there. Now that I got that side secured with the vice grip, I can start working this around. And I feel in here for the tube. Don't put the spoon in too far and just work it in little bites. There we go. Now before we put any air in the tire, we want to spin it around and make sure we haven't caught the tube any place between the bead here of the tire and the rim. Just take a look, you know, you want to be careful. Check both sides. Now we can tighten up the collar that goes on the tube here. Then we can put some air in the tire. You want to watch and make sure that it climbs up onto the edges of the rim here. Here she comes. I've got it where it's starting to come up onto the edge, the tall end of the rib, and I want to just take a look. So I got to tell you a story. When I put the new tires on the 504, my Farmall 504, I bought these really cheap tires off of eBay, and when they came in the mail, they were all deformed, like stuff had been stacked on top of them for a long time. And I could not get these beads to seat out, no matter what I did. So what I wound up doing is putting wood shims in around to control how it climbed up onto the high side of the rim to get it to seat evenly. It was a nightmare. This one looks good though. And there we go. This one's seated all the way around onto the rim, onto the outside of the rim. And on the inside too. You kind of got to blow it up a little bit to get that final pop when the final one sets in. Now as extra insurance to make sure the tube's all straight in there and not wrinkled, I'm going to take my tire tool for taking out valve cores, and I'm going to take the valve core out of the tube and let it deflate. And I'm going to blow it back up again. That'll help work the wrinkles out. That along with the baby powder and getting the tube in carefully. That's good enough. It's aired down most of the way. Put the core back in. We can blow her back up. Deflating the tube once also helps remove any air that's trapped in between the rim and the tire, or in that space. There we go, pop. And I'm going to blow this up to 14 psi because I want it to roll easy, because I'm going to be pushing it in and out of here, so 14 is plenty on it. Consult your owner's manual for recommendations for your tractor. And the cap, that's the primary air seal. The Schrader valve's just a secondary air seal. Yep. Hey, she's on her feet. 1 foot anyway. Now we can do tire number 2. Same drill, different side. foot doesn't hurt either to help. Unless it gets stuck in there, you're not going to have a very good day. There we go. Just to note, some people say you need to blow up the tube part way and that'll help keep it from pinching. You can do that. I don't have a problem with not doing it, but if you want to, you can. Stop and put the vice grips on. Next job is to take the transmission stand off. You don't need that anymore. Well, phooey on this. Rolls nice and easy. Now I'll be able to roll it out while I'm cleaning and painting stuff and roll it back in. Always remember to rotate your tractor tires every 5,000 miles. Oh yeah, I'll be riding to town in style on these. It really wasn't a bad job. If I weren't filming it, it probably, I think it took, I didn't keep track of time, 15-20 minutes per tire, start to finish, no major hang-ups. There are things that can happen, like you can't get the tire to seat on the bead. In that case, you got to let the air out of the tube and try and blow it up again, get it to seat. Or you can tap on it with a sledgehammer on the sidewall of the tire to try and to get it to vibrate to set. There are various problems you can run into. Now, the reason that this work makes sense for a farmer like me is because I just saved a whole bunch of money. If I'd gotten the tire shop to buy the tires and the tubes and mount the tires for me, I'd probably be in the hole about, I don't know, at least $200 more than I am now. I saved money by buying the tires direct online, and I saved money by putting them in myself, and it's really not that hard. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.